Hello, everyone, and thank you for coming to Dale Chanel's Today's World, where we do the K Michelle My Life recaps and reviews. We're gonna go on and get right into it. It wasn't that exciting today. This is K Michelle My Life, episode 3. No, I'm sorry, season 3, episode 4. Restaurant Impossible was the title that they gave us. Okay, it's all about Puff and Petals this episode. Nothing really exciting happened too much in it. Well, okay, Michelle comes in and see her restaurant for the second time because she's really trying to get it to open in 1 week. And she's not happy. She's mad at Nicole, her project manager, for having a lot of the things in there, but it's still a lot of stuff that hasn't been completed. And she's pretty much fed up. And she's pretty much taking a tour with Shamika. What are you doing? Shamika around there. And Shamika been dropping dime on Nicole about Nicole not basically doing what she should have been doing and Kay's paying for it because she's already dropped $300,000 into that restaurant and she's making it very known that she ain't got no more time for stalling. Her income has to come up so she could pay and put that $300, not $300, $300,000 back in her bank account. But I don't know. Kay must don't know about the restaurant business. Whoo! But anyway, she will learn, right? Okay. Anyway, she's looking at some flowers that she thought were pretty amazing because she's supposed to have a wall that strictly has flowers. It's called her flower wall or whatever. But of course, Jonathan's is kind of not liking it, and he doesn't really tell her. He just basically say these are not real flowers. They don't even look like they're real. She said, we gotta have real flowers. We gotta have things looking like it's real, even if it ain't real. She said, these looking like cemetery flowers that you put on plots and graves and stuff. We gotta have life up in here, not death. And that was pretty funny. Then we have Jonathan has found himself calling a place where you go for the fountain of youth and it's somewhere here in Atlanta, but they trying to, I guess, keep it secret because he didn't expose where it was, or they didn't have no signs to where they were. So it's pretty much a maybe well kept secret. But anyway, it's kind of like a ruined, rundown place, kind of ancient or antiquish, if you might view that with me. And Jonathan strips down, down to his drawers and stuff. And Kay make a little fun poke at him tomorrow. Are you wearing a cup on your little private part? And she said, "This is my drop." He said, "This is my drop strap. Leave me alone." And so they go in, and this fountain, and you supposed to be pouring out this little spout, some type of apparatus or whatever. And I'm like, are you serious? I know they ain't finna take their little mason jars and turn it up like it's alcohol or vodka tequila. But that's pretty much what Kay's friend that she brought along for the ride with her and Jonathan do. I mean, it seems like the friend spit it out, but Jonathan sitting up there drinking it like, okay, whatever don't kill me, make me stronger was his motto. And Kay said, child, you're gonna have some stomach problems and you're gonna need some Tums. But she didn't. She said, no, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, getting that Botox, having me surgery here and there. And I'm not fooling with that stuff. No, that's too far out there from me. So she doesn't try it, but she's there. She's fussing at Jonathan for bringing her out this far to go through some mess like this, and it looks horrific. And she's like, I'm not putting none of that in my body, none of that mercury, none of that, what do you call it, rust, none of that. So, they go a little further out where they can sit down and just enjoy the scenery or whatnot, what there is of it. And K. Michelle introduces her friend to Jonathan as a lesbian friend, meaning that was the first person she had oral sex with or whatever. And Jonathan was like, he couldn't put it together because at first he said, oh, what are you saying? You were a lesbian? And she pretty much said, yes, that's basically what I'm saying. And I was the first to break her into that type of environment. So he don't really say too much about it. He said, okay, because I knew Kay was out there anyway, but she tries in and everything. She's a freak like that. So he's cool with her behavior. But anyway, we finally wrap up that scene and they go to where they're going to some white rafting water rafting event that Nicole, which is K Michelle's project manager, that handles a lot of her real estate business and as well as Puff and Pedals, that she's not too pleased with at the time. But anyway, Nicole invited her out, so it's more like a meet and greet, and she can have some time with her potential new employees for her little bar slash restaurant she's getting ready to open. And of course, she not with all that hair wetting, and she can't swim. I don't think Kay can. But she's like, I'm not getting out in that water. But I observe my so-called new employees from a distance, and I'm still putting my eye on the code because something ain't right with her. She's just really acting out of character and acting like we spending her dime and not mine. So she's still kind of frustrated. She don't have that much talking with her. She's just really observing today. So of course, Nicole introduces K Michelle to everybody, and K Michelle make her little speech, but she ain't really trying to think she gonna hire none of them folks. And pretty much they all go on the rafting event that Nicole had provided for them to partake of. And to me, it just looked like it was a scripted scene. Them people wasn't there to be no bartenders because why would you even host an event that they're not in the bar setting like Kate ended up having to have to do before the episode ended? I mean, it's just tomfoolery that was going on, and it really just showed me that Nicole seemed like she was on some illicit drugs or something because I'm like, why would you? That whole scene was just fraudulent in a sense. It made no sense because why are you trying to open it up on an outdoor event when they're gonna be serving drinks inside? You don't care about their personality too much. You just want them to be able to make drinks, know the drinks that need to be made for their customers, and be able to produce them and keep it moving. Make sure they're old enough to even work in a bar situation. Something to that nature. Make sure all of them got their green cards for legality reasons, of course. So, really, Jonathan, Kay's friend, and herself is just looking from afar. Jonathan is spying on them with his little binoculars, and he's saying they making out with each other. Is that a doable thing? They just supposed to have all met each other. And Jonathan's like, no, I don't know about this. And they just presenting all types of bad behavior and being totally wild. And Kay Michelle says she will find her own bar people and she don't even want to entertain the scene no more. And they just up and leave. They don't even tell Nicole that they leaving or send her some kind of message or leave her a note. So we go to commercial, we come back. We have Jonathan has borrowed his best friend's two twin little girls for Kay Michelle to entertain for the day and to get her feel on how to become how it's gonna be with two twin girls looking just alike but actingly totally different, and how she's gonna be able to see if she can really take care of children. You know what I'm saying? And K Michelle is brought there by I guess her driver, whatever. She loves the whole scene. And she pretty much gives Jonathan another compliment about knowing everything about her, except for knowing how, to penetrate her in a sense, because they never went that far. And I said, I don't know, okay, how you done got on here and this, that, and the third, and he just so tight with you. I find that hard to believe. But anyway, it is what it is. And she said he just knows her inside and out, da 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 da. I'm like, okay, all right, but shouldn't your future husband that you're talking so lovingly about and that he's the right man for you, shouldn't you have that type of relationship with him? Because I don't see how the two are going to intertwine together because your husband is not going to want you to have certain conversations with your best friend Jonathan, even though he's gay and he's not fearing that you may step out on him with Jonathan or whatnot. But Jonathan right now is your everything. So it's interesting to see how that's pretty much going to play out between y'all friendship that you have with Jonathan. And then when you pretty much say, um, your husband got to be in the loop of everything and anything. It may come to a point of your image, that pretty much Jonathan has been solely taken care of for you. So I don't know. I really don't know. So, but anyway, he made for her a special event, a time for her to just to get to know the twins and interact with them and this, that, and the other. And Of course, she makes several phone calls to, well, really one phone call, but she spends a good amount of time on the phone letting the children talk to him and ask him all silly kind of questions when he should have been working with people's mouths. But, like I said, it's a scripted scene. Maybe they were basically waiting for, he was waiting for them to call so he can have that one-on-one conversation with Kay as well as the girls that she was getting for him to talk to. So, like I said, it was a cute scene. It is what it is. They had fun. Everybody had fun. And that was pretty much that. Then we go to where K. Michelle is at some bar, I'm guessing. It seemed like she said the girl that she's actually in business with, her bar that she actually owns, or something to that effect. She goes over to her digs and interview people for her Puff and Petals establishment. And she pretty much get the same spiel that she gave to the other people that Nicole had set up for her to interview and get to know. But she puts it pretty much plain as day. She tells them, hey, I'm a celebrity. I know y'all know me, this, that, and the third, but don't think we're going to be friends because we not. I'm hiring you to do a job. And pretty much that's basically what you're going to do. You know, and I guess, she's setting the tone how it should be, even though she's going to come in there. I mean, she's not like somebody like Luther Vandross or Whitney Houston, but even they are pretty much down to earth if they're, on a small scale and they're opening up their restaurant. So, yes, they're going to be somewhat nice, nasty, friendly to their employees. But to me, it seems like you should treat them like you treat your family members, especially if you want them to do right about you and not steal from you and this, that, and the third. Because they can always say, no, this is my boss. They're depending on me to do the right thing, and I want them to succeed because if they succeed, I can get more money out of them by getting good raises. And that's how people should look at it. But, she's just really trying to equip them to know that, hey, don't play me for a fool. I'm not your friend. None of this, that, and the third. You're my employees. I'm going to treat you right by, standard labor laws. And we're going to be good. We're going to make money together. I'm going to, of course, make more money off of you all, but I'm going to treat you decent and fair as well. And she's pretty much set the tone. So she pretty much said, with all that said, y'all show me what y'all got. I want y'all to make drinks for me. So I don't know if she really said, okay, make me this drink. Or she just let them make their signature drinks and then she tried them out. And she let Jonathan try them out, because if she tried out all those people she was there interviewing, she probably got real pissy drunk and sick before the day was out. So she ended up hiring people on the spot, and she had her assistant there, and she was supposed to get all their, I guess, information and have them fill out W-2s and this, that, and the third. So that really was how it should have been going with Nicole's her little hiring gig, but of course didn't go well. And it seems like she fires Nicole at the end of this episode, but I don't know because it was just too quick and too rushed of a scene to even understand if that's where that scenario was going. But we leave that situation. She meets with Nicole. I don't know if she meets with Nicole at just a restaurant or she meets with Nicole at Puff and Petals, but it's like maybe in an area that really hadn't gotten, or maybe had gotten together, but I don't know. I don't think it really was at Puff and Petals. I think it was just somewhere she just met her. But either way, to make a long story short, she was just letting her know, you, Nicole, have been my pretty much hold up of my restaurant not being open. The first time that I really wanted it open, and then this time around where it's still lacking stuff, but I could still have occupancy, attendance, to fill the space with people because the licenses and permits went through, but some of the aesthetics that I wanted are still not here, and that's still a hazard for me and a bad eyesore. So she's pretty much just like getting on her. She's telling her, you changed my floors. I did not want that color floor. And she's like, no, I didn't change it. She said, yes, you did. And then she went on and admitted that she did. She got a lighter color. And she said, that's not what I approve. What I approve is what I should have. And she's pretty much right because it's her coin. So I don't know what happened with the flooring or whatnot, but she wasn't happy. So she pretty much says, you're fired. So I'm like, okay then. So we move from that situation. We go to K Michelle. She meets with her lesbian past girlfriend, and her friend just started going crazy. Pretty much telling her, she don't like her Dr. Sam. She don't need to be with her Dr. Sam. She need to be with her. And this, that, and the other. And then they, go on, and K Michelle's telling her friend that, it seems like you're changing, because you don't want me to be happy. I need you to be happy for me. And she's like, no, I'm not gonna be happy for you. You can't tell me how to be happy. I'm being happy for myself. And that's to tell you that you don't need him, this, that, and the third. And then she said, I'm gonna tell you, you lesbian, you gay. Like, oh my gosh, she kind of called Michelle, K Michelle gay. I mean, I can see her being both ways because she's an openly admitted person that, she's had women in the past and that's there, but she still wants her beefcake. So I would call that bisexual, not totally one or the other. But anyway, she goes on to say, I know you gay because I just snacked on you 2 days ago. I was like, wait a minute now. That's tea drop. That's tea drop. That's good tea. So we need to rewind that. So I had to rewind it again and make sure I heard it right. And that's what she said. She snacked on her vagina 2 days ago. That's lesbian activity. So I don't know what that was about. I guess K Michelle says she can do it until she become Mrs. Sims, but it seems kind of awkward, and it seems like she's fooling around behind Dr. Sims' back. But it ain't gonna be no more fooling behind once the stuff is aired, which I'm already sure it has aired because we're looking at it. So it may not be a Dr. Sims before this episode ends or this season ends, because I don't know how you can be doing both of them unless you're having an open swinging type marriage. But y'all, that's all. I mean, she was dropping tea for me. I'm like, I've heard it in the past, but nothing concrete because K Michelle never come out public that she was one or the other, or she was just heterosexual. We're thinking she's just heterosexual because she pretty much messed with guys, and she's shown her previous boyfriends and relationships that she wanted to lead into a marriage or whatnot, but just didn't pan out. She just messing with too many thuggish type men. But this one she's messing with is very professional and well groomed, well kept, and he's about that social elite type life, and not that thuggish type on the street, dealing in street type life, drug life. You know what I'm saying? Or just a regular type of guy. So it's just real strange. So I don't know whether she is or not. It kind of blew me away. Maybe I keep watching the episodes for this season. It'll correct itself. But right now, I'm just seeing her as bisexual, and I'm questioning her ability to actually be in a committed relationship too, a committed heterosexual monogamous type relationship without any interference from the outside. So yeah, let's pump our brakes and see what's really going on with this scenario. Her friend may be on to something, Kay. You really need to sit down and see which field you playing for, and definitely if it's going to be a monogamous relationship. Because if you were totally lesbian or gay, that person you're dealing with will still want you to be in a monogamous relationship. They don't want you going in and out, in and out. So much. So much. Kay gave me too much today. It's called too much information to digest. But all in all, it was entertaining. So I guess, she got her point across. That's why she keep getting her coins. But anyway, y'all, that was K Michelle, My Life, season 3, episode 4, Restaurant Impossible. Check back with me for a new and upcoming reviews for her show as they go. Okay? Take care, guys. Blessings.